This is a video of the startup and some of the functions of the IBM Personal System 2, Model P70, 365. It's not the camera. The screen does look messed up at first, but it does fix it by the time it boots into Windows. Starting MS-DOS. HIMEM is testing extended memory. Done. Excuse me. Microsoft Windows, version 3.1. The lines on the screen are the camera. It doesn't really have lines on it. It's pure yellow. Orange, I mean. Dun-dun! Says the computer. Now this is the old program manager. It's obviously still loading. There goes the clock. 4:35 p.m. It is not 4:30 right now. It's about 9. So, as you can see, we have Word 2.0a, PowerPoint 3.0, Excel 4.0, the Excel Dialog Editor Q+E, MS Word Dialog Editor, PowerPoint Viewer, and PowerPoint Graphics link under the Applications. I just closed the clock. I'm now going to use the arrow keys to navigate to Word. Here it goes. It is loading. Version 2.0a is licensed to Arthur Andersen and Company. Version 2.0a, copyright 1989 to 1992, Microsoft Corporation. International correct spell. I couldn't read the rest. Oops. And this is all that you get. Also, you might notice there's no minimize, maximize, or close. The keyboard clicks like a real keyboard, something you don't see anymore. Whenever I click the backspace key, when there's nothing more to get, it makes that noise. Wait a minute, I'm turning down the brightness. Yeah, it's better like that. Also, you can see that there is a brightness sensor. It's really not. It really doesn't change the brightness much. I'm going to put it in the middle. Okay. I like bananas. You might also notice that there is a small black line under the last part of your document. I do not know why. Now I'm going to close the document. Alt F4 is my way of doing it since I do not currently have a mouse hooked up. Now for PowerPoint. PowerPoint 3.0. And it truly is thinking. This is the hard drive, and this is the mouse, I think. Microsoft PowerPoint version 3.0a, copyright 1987 and 1992. This PowerPoint is licensed to Anderson Consulting. It's protected by copyright law and international treaties. Unauthorized reproduction or distribution of it may result in severe criminal and criminal penalties and will be prosecuted to the maximum extent possible under the law. That used to be their symbol. Doesn't look too pleasing anymore, does it? As you can see, PowerPoint was supposedly more sophisticated than Word at the time, as it is still today. So it is taking a longer time to load, obviously. I was able to read the whole thing, and it still hasn't changed yet. Here it goes. So, now, you might not think it looks much different, because there truly is a little dotted line around here. It says title and body. Now, this is your sidebar from the bottom up. File, edit, view, text, object, arrange, slide, window, and help, and a couple other sensors. Now, I don't know if I can do this because I don't have a mouse. Aha, there we are. So, now, as you can see, I can type into the heading. And now I'm going to close the document. Obviously, at this time, and it still asks you if you want to save. I'm going to choose no. At this time, a mouse was not required for Windows, and I have been through Windows setup, and during the setup process, it says, to use the advanced setup, you must know how to use a mouse with Windows. This is Microsoft Excel. Once again, Anderson Consulting. Copyright 1985 to 1992, Microsoft Corporation. Now, as you can see, I don't know if this still exists in Excel, because I don't use Excel. But there is this Sheet 1, which is a movable window within the Microsoft Excel document, I guess you could say. Spreadsheet. Now, this is the lay of the land. File, edit, formula, format, data, options, macro, window, and help. And then, like, all the buttons go on. Now, the thing is that up until 2007, I'm going to close this, that was about normal. It wasn't very odd to have all those things there. Now, I'm not going to bore you with every single thing in this, but as you can see, there is the main category, applications, accessories, which includes paintbrush, write, card file, calendar, object packager, recorder, character map, and media player. And then there's this new folder, which I don't know if that used to exist, but it's called Microsoft Publisher. And things have obviously been added to this, like on the back there is an Ethernet port, and I know Ethernet didn't exist back then. The Microsoft Publisher is obviously because Office was installed, and Publisher apparently came with it. I'm going to see. I don't know if I can. This is apparently what they call the main status window, which I believe has to do with printers. I'm going to close it. I don't believe that I can get anywhere outside of this manager in applications. But there's Microsoft Publisher, Microsoft Tools, Antivirus has this little guy, a computer, and then it's like a stethoscope on the computer, which is so old. Backup to a safe, and undelete, which kind of an oxymoron to me, but Office Jet Manager, this stuff has obviously been added because I don't know that those kind of printers exist back then. Now, there's this other folder for HP LaserJet Games and Startup, which I can't access. That's all, but if I close the Program Manager, it will give me this, Exit Windows. This will end your Windows session. If you click OK, it logs you out and gives you this. This is your MS-DOS prompt. This is our directory. 20 files in the directory, and this hard drive is about a big old fat 4 megabytes. And off it goes. Say goodnight. Also, some of the other features of this computer, is that it also has a floppy drive, although I have tried numerous floppy drives, and not a single floppy drive of the IBM format of today actually works in this IBM computer, which is kind of odd to me. Well, also, if you want to see the ports on the back, you can keep watching. If not, just shut this video off. But, if I can ever get it open. So, here they are. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because the brightness is so bad in here. But, wait a minute. I'm just going to pause it till I get my flash. That's a little better, isn't it? So, now, I know the shadow of the device is going to cover it up. But there is this weird black port which has a whole bunch of little holes in it. I don't know if that exists anymore. But there's an S-video and 2 printer ports that nobody uses anymore. Down here, it's kind of hard to see, but down here there is a phone line, and then up here, this must be new. There is this port, which I don't know what is. It could be an old internet port. And then this is an Ethernet, which Ethernet really, I promise you, Ethernet did not exist when this thing was out. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you.